Yo! So, I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I would like to show you my live setup. I'm using the Prophet 6. Fantastic. Then I have the Nord Electro. But then the latest addition, and a very interesting one, is that I'm using Kemper Profiler, which is basically made for guitar players, but I can assure you that it works very well for keyboard players as well. So I have it over here in the live rack. So I'll give you a couple of examples. So I'll show you first without stack and without effects. Alright, and then I turn on the stack, and then it sounds a bit more distorted and kind of a bit more alive, in my opinion. But the main difference on this particular sound is when I put on the effects, because the Kemper, it also has a lot of great effects. So here I put a octave pedal, etc, etc, and suddenly we sound like this. Much more brutal, which I like. Alright, so I'm gonna show you a little bit from an older track of ours, because I kind of felt we managed to breathe some new life into that one a few years back, and then we kind of just kept it developing from there. So I'm gonna again turn off the effects, the stack. So this is how it sounds with acquired taste without any Kemper. Yeah, so it's already kind of, I tweaked it a lot already on the actual Prophet, but I'm going to turn on the stack, I'm going to turn on the effects, and there we go. So you could hear that I put on a reverse delay there. I thought it sounded quite nice already when I had only the sound from the Prophet, but I thought it just missed a little bit too. Since I'm on the actual recording, I'm using a piano and sustain pedal, and it has that, yeah, it has that flow already. But when I'm using a synthesizer, it can sometimes sound a little bit stiff and undynamic, which is why I added the reverse delay, and then you can hear one octave up. There we go. Another interesting section on this song is the middle section that was never on the actual album. I'll bypass everything first. So right, not great. actually give the Kemper most of the credit for that sound and not the Nord Electro. Sorry, Nord. Well, they have really good road sounds, but that doesn't just do it for that part. It's gonna have to be more atmospheric and yeah, floating. I think I've said floating a bit too many times now. So another one that I would like to show you is from the Flame. That's a very obviously amplified sound from the studio. So the story behind me wanting to look into the Kemper option for live use is that I'm using a lot of amplifiers, pedals, etc. in the studio. For me as a vocalist, that's pretty hard to pull off in a live context, as I have more than enough to focus on already, and yeah, it's a lot of hassle actually. So it was our dear sound engineer Chris actually who advised me on the Kemper. I already knew about it, but I just never thought about that as an option for me. But then I tried it and it's been perfect for my needs. So this is how it sounds without the effects and without the stack. So it sounds already quite cool, but you know, to get that signature sound that you're used to from the album, you're gonna need to do a little bit better. So okay, starting to sound approximately like from the Flame, but I'm gonna add the stack and effects. So the effects is just like, it's just a reverb on this one to make it sound a little bit bigger. So, and there we go, and there we have the sound you all recognize. There we go. So here you have Stuck, the ending of Stuck. It's a part that every time I'm playing it, it's like I'm kind of nervous because if I fuck up there, it's so insanely visible. There is nothing backing me up right there, and it's that like that kind of sound that you'll hear every single small mistake that I'm playing. So I'm a little bit stiff every time we get to that section. So you'll know that from now on when you see us live. I'm probably gonna play a few mistakes now just by talking about it. So this is the sound without any effects. So yeah, just another 80s synth, good 80s synth, but still. I want to add something more. So again, I'm running it through the Kemper, putting on the effects. The stack isn't super, like, it's just like to give it slight, just a little bit more character. So there we go. It's not like a vast difference or anything, and that's not the point all the time, but so sounds a bit more organic, to the extent that a synthesizer can sound organic. Right. So there are a few songs, however, where I ended up not using the Kemper. Some synths has to have that like dry and aggressive and very like synthetic vibe, and especially the Congregation material. That's where we did that a lot. On a song like The Price, for example, I tried with the Kemper, and it just didn't work there. And that's what I love about it, that I don't have to use it all the time. It's super easy to just bypass it. So that preset here, you see, The Price. The only thing that I put in there is like a boost, so to boost it a little bit. But then if I put on the next preset here, the second one, there I have effects. You see there is a reverb. So this one is without any effect. that's one of the songs that we never actually played live ever until last year. I don't know why. It was just like one of those songs, you recorded it and then I just thought, oh yeah, that song that we never play live, that we don't like. And then I realized that, that's actually one of the songs that I actually really do like from that album. Just like when you're in the middle of a writing process, then you have your favorites, the ones that you're hooked on, and then sometimes you just kind of forget about some songs, and Salt was just one of those songs. I have a thing lately that I don't like that much to use sampled sounds like piano. Unless it's an actual piano, I'd rather avoid it. Sometimes I'm cheating with the electro here, of course, because they have really great Rhodes and Hammond, etc., etc., and it's very convenient not having to drag a Hammond and Rhodes. So what I did with Salt there was, okay, if we play that, I want it to be in league with our new sound. So I found a way to play that section that you just heard. It's just there is no stack, so the only thing is that I put on the reverb from the Kemper. All right, so here you have Malina. Without anything, without any effects, without the Kemper, just completely dry, with no sustain pedal or anything. It's just. Yeah, you can all hear that it doesn't work. It would have been better with a sustain pedal, obviously, but it's still the wrong vibe. Stacks, that's important when you play with Rhodes. It's most of the time ran through an amplifier, or all the time it's ran through an amplifier actually. So to get that proper Rhodes sound, I ran it through a Fender Twin, and then I put on the delay that I thought suited the song perfectly. So now it sounds like this. Thanks a lot for watching.